It's the summer of 1945, and a group of scientists has gathered to witness a historic event that will change the course of history forever. Among them is a brilliant physicist known for his quick wit and fiery personality, the father of nuclear bomb, Julius Robert Oppenheimer. Welcome to Cognition Corner. We are starting this channel where we will explore science, technology, history and personalities. From breakthroughs in science to personality insights, I'll be sharing exciting topics that will make you think. So if you are curious about the world around you, hit that subscribe button and let's dive in. Born on 22nd April 1904 in New York City, Oppenheimer was the son of wealthy textile importer and a painter. Oppenheimer grew up in a household that placed a high value in education and culture, and he was exposed to music, literature and art from a young age. Oppenheimer attended the Ethical Culture School in New York City before enrolling at Harvard University in 1922, where he studied chemistry. He was initially interested in pursuing career in experimental science, but he quickly became drawn to the more abstract and theoretical aspect of physics. He graduated summa cum laude from Harvard in 1925 and went on to earn his PhD in physics at the University of Göttingen in 1927 in Germany. After completing his studies, Oppenheimer returned to the United States and began his academic career. He taught at the University of California, Berkeley and the California Institute of Technology, where he worked on a wide range of topics in physics and mathematics, including quantum mechanics, atomic and molecular structure, and cosmic rays. He quickly established himself as one of the leading theoretical physicists of his generation. Oppenheimer married Catherine Harrison in 1940 and had 2 children together. Oppenheimer's marriage was troubled, however, he had affairs with several women. Oppenheimer was politically active throughout his life and was involved with left-wing and communist organizations during his youth. He later became an advocate for social justice and human rights and was a vocal critic of the nuclear arms race. Oppenheimer's political association and his reservation about the use of the atomic bomb led to controversies and challenges during his career. He was investigated by FBI and ultimately had his security clearance revoked in 1954. He continued to work as a scientist and educator.
That such a bomb might be used against American targets, ports, cities, and military bases, persuades Roosevelt to fund a nuclear weapons research and development program, the Manhattan Project.
During World War II, Oppenheimer was recruited to work on a Manhattan Project, a top-secret government program aimed at developing an atomic bomb before Nazi. Oppenheimer was put in charge of the scientific research and development efforts with a team of scientists and engineers who worked tirelessly to build the bomb. His leadership was instrumental in the successful development of the atomic bomb, which was ultimately used to bring an end to the war. Oppenheimer agreed with German scientist Albert Einstein to make a nuclear weapon, and when they did, Hitler was preparing to use it. Here the story of the first nuclear weapon begins. In 1942, America selected Oppenheimer as the director of Manhattan Project, a top-secret research and development program undertaken by the United States. Led by the Army Corps of Engineers and headquarters in Manhattan, New York, Oppenheimer brought together a number of top scientists, physicists, engineers, technicians to solve numerous technical challenges, including enriching uranium and creating a stable plutonium-239 isotope, which were critical to the development of the nuclear bomb. Oppenheimer was already working on nuclear fission before the Manhattan Project.
Here, experiments with primeval atomic power led to the splitting of the uranium atom, force of the cosmic bomb.
Uranium is the best element for splitting an atom as it is the heaviest and can be found in nature. It has 92 protons and 146 neutrons, which gives an atomic mass of U-238. A small amount of uranium that's mined has the same 92 protons. However, it only has 143 neutrons, which gives 235, which is highly unstable, which makes it more fissionable. When it is slammed by neutron, it becomes U-236. It's so unstable that it splits into 2 atoms, krypton and barium, and 3 more neutrons are released which slams into more U-235 atoms, causing a chain reaction and create a huge explosion. The Manhattan Project required substantial resources. Initially allocated $6,000, it ultimately cost around $2 billion by 1945. The project employed over 130,000 people across various sites, including Los Alamos, Oak Ridge, and Hanford. Interestingly, many of the scientists who worked on the Manhattan Project had fled Europe to escape Nazi persecution, including some of the most prominent scientists of the time, such as Albert Einstein, Enrico Fermi, and Leo Szilard. The uranium used in the Little Boy bomb was sourced from the Belgian Congo, while the plutonium used in the Fate main bomb was produced at the Hanford site. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945 August led to Japan's surrender, effectively ending the war. Despite its immense significance, the Manhattan Project was shrouded in secrecy, and even President Truman, who authorized the use of the atomic bombs on Japan, was not informed on the project until he became president in 1945. The Trinity test, which was the first successful detonation of an atomic bomb, was conducted in remote desert location in New Mexico on July 16, 1945, demonstrating the destructive power of these weapons. After witnessing the explosion, Oppenheimer quoted the most well-known line from Bhagavad Gita, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds."
We knew the world would not be the same. Few people laughed. Few people cried. Most people were silent. I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
The legacy of Manhattan Project continues today with the creation of national labs like Los Alamos and Oak Ridge, which conduct research in nuclear energy, national security, and other areas of science and technology. After the war, Oppenheimer became an outspoken advocate for nuclear disarmament and continued to make significant contribution to the fields of physics and mathematics. He was awarded the Enrico Fermi Award by President Lyndon B. Johnson in 1963 for his contribution to the field of nuclear energy. The Manhattan Project left a lasting legacy. National laboratories such as Los Alamos and Oak Ridge were established to continue research in nuclear energy, national security, and other scientific fields. The project also raised ethical and moral concern among scientists, including Oppenheimer, who later became an advocate for nuclear arms control. Oppenheimer was a brilliant theoretical physicist who made many important contributions to the field of physics and mathematics over the course of his career. Some of his key discoveries and contributions include nuclear physics and theoretical astrophysics. Oppenheimer made significant contribution to the development of quantum mechanics, a fundamental theory of physics that describes the behavior of matter and energy at the smallest scales. He worked on topics such as quantum theory of molecules and the quantum mechanics of solids. He was also interested in the structure of atoms and molecules and their behavior. He made important contribution to the theory of molecular structure, particularly in the area of electronic structure. He was one of the pioneers of nuclear physics, the study of the behavior and properties of atomic nuclei. He made important contribution to our understanding of nuclear reaction, including the fission of atomic nuclei, which was a key factor in the development of the atomic bomb. Oppenheimer was also interested in the structure of behavior of stars and other celestial objects. He worked on developing new theoretical models to explain the behavior of stars, and he was one of the first physicists to propose that black holes could form from the collapse of massive stars. Oppenheimer's work had a profound impact on the development of modern physics, and his contribution to our understanding of the behavior of matter and energy at the smallest and largest scales continue to influence scientific research today. Oppenheimer faced a number of challenges and controversies over the course of his career. Some of them were communist allegations, criticism of his leadership during the Manhattan Project, and ethical concerns about the use of the atomic bomb. Oppenheimer was associated with left-wing and communist organizations during his youth, and these associations comes under the scrutiny during the Red Scare of the 1950s. He was accused of being a security risk, and his security clearance was ultimately revoked, which had major impact on his career and reputation. Oppenheimer himself had reservation about the use of the atomic bomb, and he was vocal critic of the nuclear arms race that followed the end of World War II. He was viewed by some as a controversial figure because of his involvement in development of bomb and his subsequent criticism of its use. Despite these challenges and controversies, Oppenheimer is widely recognized as one of the most brilliant theoretical physicists of the 20th century, and his contribution to the development of modern physics have had a profound impact on scientific research and understanding. Oppenheimer was a passionate advocate for education and culture, and he believed that the pursuit of knowledge and understanding was a key aspect of meaningful life. His legacy has inspired generations of scientists and educators, and his work has had a deep impact on culture and society. Oppenheimer suffered from a number of health problems throughout his life, including intestinal and respiratory illness. He was diagnosed with throat cancer in the early 60s, which ultimately led to his death in 1967. He remains an important figure in the history of science. Oppenheimer's work in theoretical physics, particularly his contribution to quantum mechanics and nuclear physics, continue to influence scientific research and understanding today. Oppenheimer has several challenges during his journey to the father of atomic bomb, and contribution to the society were immense. Hence, it highly unlikely to cover every aspect of his life in a single video. If you want further details about any of the particular topic related to Oppenheimer, feel free to ask in the comment section. Additionally, Hollywood filmmaker Christopher Nolan's upcoming movie about Oppenheimer is set to release. The movie Oppenheimer is about the Manhattan Project which Oppenheimer led. Don't forget to watch it if you are further interested. Thanks for tuning into our channel. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more such content. Don't forget to let us know in the comments below your thoughts about Oppenheimer. See you in the next video.